When you look up at high achievers standing on that elevated platform, the distance can feel absolute, as if they occupy a different reality than the one you inhabit in the shadows. We tend to attribute their success to invisible, superhuman traits that we assume were granted to them at birth. This dial represents the ultimate equalizer. Every person at the top of their field operates within the same 24 hours you do. They navigate the same physical fatigue and the same mundane daily obligations. You may currently find yourself in the back row, conditioned to watch and applaud while others claim the results you want for yourself. Since time and biological constraints are identical, the massive gap between the elite and the average often comes down to the specific internal limits we choose to place on our own potential. You clicked on this video because a dormant part of your mind is tired of being overlooked and is looking for a way out of mediocrity. On this graph, we see a student's record plunging to a failing 41%. By almost any academic standard, this is a point of total failure. But within 12 months, the line pivots. It surges upward, breaks through every previous ceiling, and reaches 99.6%, a score that places that same student in the top 0.1% of the country. We have to ask, how does a person bridge that statistical gap in a single year? A leap of this magnitude isn't found in a textbook. It requires replacing the specific habits of a failing student with the high-intensity protocols used by competitors at the top. The change usually begins on a night like this. You're alone at a desk, looking at your results, and the frustration finally outweighs the comfort of staying the same. In that moment, you realize that your brain is a massive biological engine containing billions of interconnected cells capable of rapid adaptation. Nature did not design that much processing power just to help you blend into the background or finish at the end of the line. While individual starting points vary, the underlying biological machinery, the capacity to focus, to repeat the process, and to learn, is a standard feature of the human brain you already possess. A failing grade is a historical record of what you did under your old habits. It is not a fixed measurement of what your nervous system can achieve under a new set of demands. While the students currently at the top are focused on defending their positions, you have the opportunity to deploy a strategy they won't see coming. Instead of a direct, predictable competition, you move along the margins, working behind the scenes where you aren't being watched. This strategy relies on silence. You leverage the fact that your peers and teachers currently underestimate you, using that lack of scrutiny to build your momentum in private. By the time you emerge to take the top spot, the people who expected you to fail are left with no time to react. The most effective comebacks are never announced in advance. They are engineered in the shadows and executed as a sudden, undeniable reality. Reaching that 99.6% mark provides something far more valuable than a title on a certificate. The real transformation happens inside an unassuming bedroom, behind a closed door, in a neighborhood that the rest of the country often overlooks. The payoff is the moment you stand before your parents and prove that a child from their specific reality can outperform the entire nation. Elite achievement serves as a way to settle the score with your own past and honor the people who supported you when you had nothing to show for it. This information now demands a response from the version of yourself that has been waiting on the sidelines. Commit to making this year the one that changes your personal history. Decide now that your name will be the one others have to read at the top of the list. Remember the position you are in. The sea is behind you, and the enemy is in front of you. You reach the number one spot only when the possibility of retreating into a comfortable, average life has been completely removed from the equation. The choice is now yours. Continue watching from the audience, or step out of the shadows and take your place on the stage.